When you aim at an enemy and shoot them, they get eliminated once they run out of HP. Congratulations! Now you got 1 kill. But what if you wanted to drop 30 to 50 kills per game? No, you don't have to use that. To get more frags per game, you just have to do 3 things. You just have to kill, retreat, and reposition. Simple enough? Let's go over how to do it and the things that can help you perform these steps so you can get a kill feed, or if you're feeling spicy, a nuke. But first, let's rewind. This is me from 2020 playing Scrims versus a Singapore team in Garena. As you can see, I can put up a couple of eliminations. Clearly, I never had retreating or repositioning in mind. And of course, since I never left that spot, the enemy team knew exactly where I was, snuck up from behind and eliminated me. Which brings us to the first part of the equation, kill. If you're gonna get more kills in this game, you should focus on improving your gun skill and movement if you haven't. Here's a list of things that you have to get down to help you win more gunfights. If you're already watching this video, I'm going to assume that you're somehow decent at the game already, so we'll skip past that. You enter a match, you spawn and start the game with 0 kills. Sad as that may seem, in the opening seconds of each round or game, try not to rush mindlessly. Players are smart enough to do grenade lineups which will only cause your team to lose map control if you get caught in it. Thanks, Zeke. Instead, try to be patient and pre-aim, be that close or long range, and get a feel of how your team plays around the map. If you see the majority of them go right, you go left and try to control that area. Also, if you can, make it a one-way gunfight instead of a two-way gunfight. If you use power positions or use creative angles, this makes it easier for you to win most of your gunfights. So what are the things that can help you get more kills? Use whatever weapon is in the current meta and you're all set. But one of the important things that can really help you get more kills are score streaks. No, not that. UAV is the most helpful score streak you can use to get more kills. With the information that you get from it, you're able to position yourself better based on enemy traffic, and you'll get the drop against enemies when they least expect it. Shock RC is helpful too, but you'd want to rely more on your ability to win gunfights. When it comes to perks, I can only think of using toughness to reduce flinch for those head-to-head gunfights, or quick fix so you're harder to beat whenever you eliminate enemies. You also have to have a go-to operator skill, especially if you're trying to play competitively. While Sparrow, Annihilator, Death Machine are the ones you'd want to use if you want to cover more ground. Great, you got some kills. What's next? Retreat. Why? Because the enemies you just eliminated know you're there and they will be out for revenge. You're retreating not because you can't take them, you're just easing off the pressure to keep them guessing on what you're gonna do next. You can do it every kill you get. Personally, I like doing it every 2 to 3 kills. As soon as you eliminate an enemy, get to nearby cover and regenerate your health if needed. Take this time to reload your gun now that it's safe. Making sure that your position is secure and that no one can backstab you, you have to be ready for a gunfight at any given time because people like to walk with dead silence in respawns. So what are the things that can help you retreat effectively? Well, to retreat, you can get there immediately by running with lightweight or walking with skulker if you prefer being more silent. If you still have your lethal and tactical equipment with you, use smokes or concussion grenades to blind enemies or throw any lethal equipment to prevent them from reaching you. While you're retreating, you can take a quick glance at the mini-map, observe your teammates and your enemies if you got UAV in the air, so you can effectively reposition. You are now in a somehow safe spot, and you know that enemies are coming right at you. While you can repeat them, they are expecting you to be there, so they might throw equipment at you or use movement to peek you. Other players might do the smarter move and get around you to avoid being at a disadvantage against you. The better way to go about it is to reposition yourself and find another angle to anticipate your enemies. Of course, you'd want to be sneaky, so try to walk around instead of running so your footsteps won't be heard as much. Feel free to use dead silence to be completely silent as you reposition around the map. You'll see pro players perform this all the time, both in search and destroy and respawn game modes. Because footsteps are so loud, players rely on sound cues to know when an enemy is nearby. That's why you can always catch someone by surprise if you can manage to walk around the map without making a sound. If you reposition correctly, you should find yourself in a position to get free picks while enemies are trying to rush a certain direction. From there, you begin another cycle of kill, retreat, and reposition. I know you guys are visual learners, so what better way to learn than to show you using my very own gameplay. We'll look at 4 clips on how I personally do it and take you through my train of thought while performing the cycle. You might also notice that there's a passive way and an aggressive way to do it. Once you learn both, you can mix and match whatever you may choose to integrate to your own playstyle. For the first clip, this is going to be a passive way of doing it. Kind of. I was supposed to play OBJ, but noticed 2 of my teammates were already in, so I adjusted. Went out, got this kill, and tried to hold this position. You can see that I can see my teammates clearly on the minimap, and with the UAV activated, I can see where enemies are coming from. I patiently let the kills come to me and did not overpush while my teammates held the rest of the map pretty well. I retreat immediately after each kill and try to look at other lanes. Repositioning doesn't have to be going across the map. You can utilize different angles and corners within a certain area in order to get the kills you want. This is easier to do if you have a versatile weapon like Kilo 141. In this second clip, this is early in the game of Hardpoint Nuketown. As you can see, I respawned already and I knew they would be stepping on the hill, so I threw my smoke to blind them and frag grenade to gather information. As soon as I eliminated the guy on point, I knew enemies were gonna return the favor, so I retreated and waited for them to push, making them think that no one was nearby. I look at the minimap and see 2 of my teammates on my left side, and that means enemies are spawning the opposite side. I retreat after my last elimination and reposition. I hear some action behind me, hit him with the old slide peek, and secure some kills. For the third clip, it's more of what a Slayer would do in a competitive match. No one in my team was able to clear out the point, so I tried to get a quick 3-piece. I retreat inside Granny, AO, and reposition for the next point. I managed to get 1 kill here, but things are getting kinda hot, so again, I retreat. I reposition and get another elimination inside the hill. My spidey sense told me that they would try to make their way behind warehouse, so I tried to stay patient and waited for a bit. As soon as I saw the red dot on the minimap, I did a simple slide peek and got 2 kills in the process and got 1 trying to climb up the hill. For the last clip, you'll see the cycle happen really fast. Can you catch what I'm doing? The more you actively replay this cycle, you'll find yourself developing patterns in games you play, kinda like your own personal playbook. You'll start having your hot zones where you know how you can play the enemies like fiddle. What's your number 1 tip for getting more kills? Let us know down in the comments below. If you want to become a Slayer in this game, besides getting a lot of kills, you have to learn how to do it effectively. You can learn more about COD Mobile rules right here. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.